Alright, so some of my friends all know that I have a good sized garden and have gotten quite a bit out of it. So here's a good little walkthrough of it. Got some banana trees here. Disregard the blue tub, that's got hay in it for my birds. Water garden right over here in the back. I'm gonna get it closer, I guess, walk up on it real quick. Little water garden, firewood rack. But that's all fresh herbs and stuff that we use inside. Got that. Little bird bath and some chairs. Then we come over here. Here's a little pecan tree that my daughter started, give or take, 5 years ago or so, from a little pecan, and now it's turned into that. Got plants all up in through here. Got strawberries. What is that? Sweet mint, purslane. This right here has got full of antioxidants. I mean, definitely something that is underrated. More bananas. Citrus, peaches, cherry, olive tree there. Come around the back here. Birds, because everybody should have them. I mean, you can't get much of a prettier duck than this girl here. Table I use for gardening, cleaning fish. Sadly, the sun's beating up my garden. I mean, this thing was just full of cucumbers a week ago, and now, well, I mean, I've got some pretty good ones still up there, but grapes, tomatoes all in through here, cherry tomatoes all over there. Can't go wrong here with the grapes. I mean, just they're pretty. I mean, can't go wrong. Asparagus, palm trees, Indian star jasmine. I mean, all kind of peppers. Back over here, the tomatoes. I'm overrun by tomatoes. I don't know what to do anymore. I got some peppers all in here. I need to pick those. Oh, I got a bunch of tomatoes to pick too. Good grief. And I don't use no chemicals, no fertilizers, no nothing. I just let nature take its course. And honestly, the main thing I use to fertilize these is the remains from my fish after fishing all the time. Eggplants, radishes, more peppers, celery, another mint table. Fortunately, the sun's beating the daylights out of it. Blackberries, because you can't have too many blackberries. More tomatoes and cabbage and compost. So that's just a little walk through my backyard garden and pineapple plants, which are all grown from the crowns, awkwardly enough, from store-bought pineapples. But I mean, these guys are all doing fantastic. You know, just can't go wrong. So there's a quick little backyard garden tour of my backyard garden that's getting the daylights beat up by 100-degree weather. So most everybody I know's down here in South Texas. So if you know, you know, it's hot. But I appreciate y'all sticking around for this little garden walkthrough. Now let's go get in the kitchen and go see what Kristen's cooking up, because man, it sure does smell good in there right now.
Hey guys, good evening. It's me, Kristen, and we're here in my kitchen. Kris has asked me to make one of his favorite dishes that I prepare for him. It was inspired by one of our favorite restaurants. It's basically a blackened fish with a cream sauce with crawfish and shrimp inside, and it has a little bit of Cajun seasoning. It's very versatile. You could use it on different kinds of fish, even on top of some steak. So we hope you enjoy. So guys, here are some things that you're going to need to prepare this meal. So right here we have some Tony's Creole seasoning. We have some H-E-B Fish Market Coastal Blend. We have the H-E-B brand Blackened, but you could use any blackened seasoning of your choice. We have some heavy whipping cream. Okay. We have some, I like to say, homemade mashed potatoes that I'll make with this dish. And we also have some olive oil. I like to use unfiltered extra virgin olive oil. A little bit of butter. Some flour, about 2 tablespoons. We need a half an onion chopped up. Okay. And then we also over here have our fish. Today we're going to go ahead and use a swai as well as a mahi-mahi. Right here, this is the swai fillet and this is the mahi-mahi. we also have the small shrimp. I usually like to get the small shrimp already cooked, peeled and deveined with the tail off. If you get other kinds, you're gonna do a lot more work. I'm feeding 6 people here, so I like to make it as easy as possible on myself. Next, we have the Bernard's brand of the crawfish tails. Now, this is what's really gonna bring in that Cajun flavor, right? We all love that crawfish, especially this time of year. So let's get cooking. Alright guys, so right now I have some heated up olive oil. Always be careful, it's hot. I'm gonna go ahead and toss in these onions that we had already chopped up, okay? We're gonna go ahead and let them saute till they get translucent, okay? Now to this, I do like to add a little bit of the Creole seasoning. Now, my measurements are kind of old school, so it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's how my grandmother taught me how to cook. So, gotta put a little bit of that. And of course, this stuff can get a little spicy, so the more you put in, the spicier it's gonna be. And that is up to you on your tastings. Alright guys, so right now you see our onions have become a little bit translucent. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and add our crawfish tails. Turn the heat up a little bit. Okay, and we're also going to go ahead and add at this point our shrimp. So we're going to go ahead and add the shrimp as well. Put it all in there. And this is the time it's going to get a little more spicy, okay? We're going to go ahead and add a bunch more of this. And we're also going to add a little bit of the coastal blend. Now my shrimp was still a little bit cold, so I'm going to turn it up a little bit. I lowered the temperature while I was cooking. So we're just going to go ahead and mix all of this up. And now you do see we do have a little liquid on the bottom. I'm going to cook this to reduce that pretty much to non-existent. So I want it to be dry by the time this is done. So just keep stirring. Add as much seasoning as you'd like for the spice. And when that is done, we'll go to the next step. Hey guys, so right now we're gonna start cooking the fish while the other's reducing. So once again, I have my extra virgin olive oil. The pan is already heated up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit. Just enough to coat the pan. I don't wanna fry it or anything. Alright, so now that that's coated really well, we got our blackened seasoning and we have our fish. So right now we're going to start with the sawai. We have a friend, a coworker of Kris's, who really enjoys this fish. So this one's for you. But we're going to eat it. But maybe I'll make it for you one day. And go ahead and put plenty of that blackened seasoning on. We're not shy with it. And go ahead, pick it up, and go ahead and lay it down right on there, okay? And this pan's a little bit smaller, so we're gonna fit about 2 fillets on it once, okay? Go ahead, this next fillet, do the same thing. Put it down, there we go. Now on the top of these, I like to put the blackened seasoning on now, as opposed to right before I flip it. I feel like it lets the flavor soak in just a little bit more. All right, now as you can see with the crawfish and shrimp mix, it's starting to boil up and reduce a little bit. I know some people are afraid, well, I don't want to overcook my shrimp. It's okay, it's a sauce, it's gonna taste good, trust me. But I need all this liquid out so then when we make the cream sauce and the roux, it sets up properly. Hey guys, I'm back. So when we have fish thin cutlets, or fillets, it doesn't take long to cook. So they're all ready to go ahead and flip. So we're gonna go ahead and flip them right now. Look at that, what a beautiful color. This is gonna be delicious. It smells so good right now. So good that Kris is like right behind me.
Yeah,
smelling
man, I wish y'all
everything
could smell this. Like, it smells amazing. I'm telling y'all, try this recipe, guys. It's amazing.
We might get lucky and get to eat some for ourselves if he doesn't eat it all himself.
Hey, if I do, it's Father's Day weekend, man. That's all I gotta say. I'll be nice. Drink, babe.
Thank you.
Nice fresh Diet Coke.
Here we go. It's reducing. We still have a little bit ways to go, but you can see I've actually added a little bit more blackened seasoning in it. I like it with a little bit of kick. Those are about to come off as well. Let me double check them. I think they're about done. I'll give it about another minute or two, and we should have some yummy soy fillets ready. Hey guys, so our fillets are done. Our first rounds, we're gonna go ahead and remove them. I'm just gonna plate them. You know, like I said earlier, I cook for 6 people, so it's a process. I have to do this a few times, and then we're also doing the mahi-mahi. So I do have one more fillet of the soy, or Kris makes fun of how I say it, but he makes fun of the way I talk every day. If you didn't catch that accent, I'm originally from New Jersey. I'm very proud of the way I talk, thank you.
It's talk. There's an L in there.
So I'm going ahead and adding the blackened seasoning on the mahi-mahi. These are the loin cut. Very delicious. So we have the same as before. I'm gonna go ahead and add that in there. Go ahead and put some blackened seasoning on the other side. And we'll go ahead and wait a few minutes till we flip those over.
Probably just that one. Go.
Hey guys, so as you can see, the liquid in the crawfish and the shrimp have pretty much all evaporated and condensed down. So this flavor is going to be outstanding. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off that heat. You can also see I have some water set to boil for the mashed potatoes. I do love that Idahoan baby red brand. It almost tastes like real mashed potato. So now that we have it all reduced, it's all we need for it to do at this moment. So we're gonna go ahead and remove that. Okay. We still got our fish cooking. We'll go ahead and leave that there for a moment. We're gonna come over here and clip the soy fillet. Soy, because we need to.
That was corny.
Always.
Mom joke.
Oh, the mahi-mahi's ready as well. Flippity-doo-dah. Alright, and we'll let those cook on the other side. So, we're going to come back over here to the pan. I'm going to leave all those flavors in, okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and take some of this butter spread. Add about 2 tablespoons. Can I help you?
I'm just smelling. I'm here for the free smells.
They're expensive. They're not free.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put this on low. Let this reduce down. So now I'm going to make a roux. Okay? This is so the sauce easily thickens up. I'm going to go ahead and melt this down. And you see all those flavors that are in that pan are coming out with this. So all those flavors are going to be added to the sauce once I add in the heavy whipping cream. Okay, so that's pretty much melted down. So what you're going to want to do now is add some flour, okay? You're going to eye this. This is 2 tablespoons. I probably won't use the whole thing. Go ahead and sprinkle that in a little bit at a time. And if you're from the South and you make mac and cheese, you're going to know how to make a roux. So I'm going going to go ahead and add a little bit more flour. And stir that in all nice and well. Now, like I said before, this really helps thicken the sauce up a little bit, okay? You could do it without it if you didn't want to do it, if you're trying to watch carbs or something. If you don't add the flour, this sauce is pretty much, let me see, very low carb. It's 1 carb per serving for the heavy whipping cream, so it would be very keto friendly. Reminds me of pumpkin puree at this point. But it doesn't taste like anything like pumpkin, that's for sure. Alright, I'm going to turn this really low at this point because I'm about to add in the heavy whipping cream. As I add it, I'm mixing, okay? It might get a little clumpy at first. Don't worry, that'll all get put down and worked out as we cook it along. Now, however much you use, just depending on how much sauce there's going to be. I usually use about 3/4 of this, and that feeds us all pretty much well without any leftovers. So it looks like my fish is about to come off. So we're going to come over here really quick. I'm going to go ahead and take these fillets off.
Which one's mine?
None.
Aww. I want that one. Okay, I'll get out of your video.
Thank you.
Still smells good though.
I grew up in a kitchen where it was the cook is the only one in the kitchen when they're cooking. Everybody else get out. Anybody else grow up like that?
Yeah, comment down below.
Chris is saying comment that below if you grew up in a house where if you're not the one cooking, get out of the kitchen. So last piece of fish on. Let's go back to the sauce, okay? So this is on very low. Okay. You can see it's still very milky white, right? I never want this to be too high. We're going to go ahead and add some more and a lot more of this stuff, the Tony's. I would just turn it, to be honest with you. We like it spicy. Okay. And Chris, you want to help me out? Pass me that blackened seasoning.
Wait. You just told me not to come in the kitchen.
Well, you're here and you're not supposed to be here, so I'm going to put you to work. Who agrees that Chris should do the dishes tonight? Comment that one.
No, the only thing they should be commenting below is like if they grew up in a kitchen like this and if they're going to try this recipe.
Yeah, so definitely, if you end up trying this recipe, please comment. Let us know how you liked it, how it came out. Also, if you're making it and you have any questions, leave us a comment. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible to help you out with it. So right now, I'm just going to be stirring. My life right now is stirring. Stirring, stirring, and stirring. So now it's time to make potatoes. The water has already boiled. I turned it off. All you have to do for this, and it's so easy. You put it in there. Gonna get a spoon out. Gonna kind of stir it up a little bit, not too much. And it might look a little watery at first, and that's okay. So the magic is done over time. You take the heat off. So there's no flame on it right now. We do use a gas range. So as that's like that, about that consistency, you're just gonna leave it there. Or a small plate. Go ahead and cover that. Just gonna let that sit while I'm cooking the rest of the meal. This way it'll become all mashed potatoy. So the fish portion is done. So I'm taking off the last piece of mahi-mahi. Okay, turning that stove off. And as you can see now, our mixture is boiling. So this is the point where I really need to stay on top of it, okay? Just keep stirring it. It's going to thicken up with time. But you need to baby it. You don't want it to burn or curdle or anything. Now you can see after I've added all those seasonings, it's like a peach color now. And here's where you take a spoon, taste it, see if you like the spiciness. If not, add some more. Now I also have another tip. So in the beginning of the video, I added some onions. A lot of people don't like onions, but it does add a great flavor. So my mom taught me a great trick years ago where she would take a grater, like a cheese grater, and actually grate the onion to a really small consistency. Once you cook it and it cooks down, it's not even there. It's just pretty much for the flavor. So if it's a texture thing, try it out. It might work for you. As you can see, it's starting to really thicken up. Okay, so we're just keep with that stirring, okay? Now once it thickens up a little bit more, we'll go ahead and add the shrimp and crawfish from before that we cooked. And then it'll really come together. Okay, so at this point you can see it's really thickening up. So we're gonna go ahead and add the shrimp and crawfish. I'll just add that in, okay. And stir that in, okay. My son is the cameraman today and he is behind the camera drooling, asking me, hold on, Mom, is that like that really good dish that you cook, like my favorite sauce? And I said yes, so now he's drooling.
Dude, there's some paper towels over here, dude. I mean, right there, grab one. I mean, you got a little slime trail going here.
So as you can see here, it's really coming together. It's got a really smooth consistency. Those lumps that were in it before are all gone. Okay, so just add it up. You can see the thickness and the spice. So I'm gonna go ahead and have Kris come over to make sure he likes the spiciness right now, okay?
All right, what am I doing?
Just go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Okay,
Man,
is it good for spicy or do you need a little bit more?
Oh no, that's perfect. It's got the right amount of heat to it.
No, just
Perfect.
So as you can see, we're just going to stir a little bit more, let it thicken up just a bit. And the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and plate these dishes. Okay guys, so pretty much everything is done. We have the fish, we have the sauce. I'm just going to check on the potatoes right now. Those look perfectly well done. What did I tell you? Almost homemade. So we're going to go ahead and plate Kris's plate right now so y'all can see his reaction. And then after we let you guys go, we'll sit down together as a family. So Kris likes to eat a lot, guys.
Only because you're a good cook.
I'm gonna go ahead and add his potatoes. Go ahead and add some mahi-mahi in there.
Now, if y'all don't know, truffle cheese is great on these potatoes. Just saying. Little bit and that's it. Mix it in, man, y'all don't know what you're missing.
Okay, so we got the sauce. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add it. Just right on top. A little bit over the potatoes as well. He likes this sauce, so. And yes, kiddo, don't worry, I'm gonna save some for you as well. He's behind the camera looking at me like, Mom, you're gonna give it all to him? There's plenty. Just go ahead and clean up this plate a little bit for him. Trying to be professional like a show person, but not quite there yet. Let me go ahead and call him. I'll be right back. All right, so I have his plate all done. Yeah, the potatoes with the sauce and his piece of mahi-mahi. Let's call him and see how fast it takes him to come in. Oh, Christopher! There you go. All right, let's see how you like it.
Really?
I I feel like a chef at a restaurant when they watch the people eat.
Yeah, that's just weirdly creepy. The fact that people are going to be watching me eat's really weird too, but it's okay. Man. The fish is nice and tender. Good spice. You get a piece of that crawfish and shrimp in here. Some of them potatoes. Man, that's really good.
You like it?
Tell you guys, try this dish. Like, we'll have the recipe for the most part in the description below, but try this dish. I'm telling you, it's amazing. But we're gonna have dinner. Catch you guys on the next one.
So that was it today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video coming live from my kitchen. Well, not live, but you know what I mean. I hope you enjoy the recipe. Try it out. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Have a great day. Happy Father's Day.